tired. Okay. Welcome to the driveway. No excuses. Okay, we back. See how that works, okay? I updated the app. Maybe that'll help us. I'm about tired looking, okay? It is the end of the month. Well, it's the first of the month now. Just about. Get this frankincense and myrrh going. We're going to start with the elements. For sure that connote. Okay. Okay. So we're starting with the realms, all right? Whatever question that you have, hold it here. And more than likely, the answer will come out. All right, so we got an hour. So, Kano, I don't know how much time you got, but if you get ready to leave out. If we do an hour, I think it's 15 minutes each. Hold on, let me pull up the video again. See what's good. And we're going to get started. See if y'all can pull y'all up over here. I don't like this nail color. Whatever. It's on there now. Gotta own it. Hey, Lock Goddess. Oh, that's a lot of smoke, ain't it? Okay, Kano. All due respect. All right, let me see. Oh, who we starting with? So it's 15 minutes each. Where did I just put the quick little 1-2 I made? It was sitting here. No need to worry, no need to stress. And that's the other thing when I was talking to the guy at the park today, right? He, because you know, people ask questions, right? So he was like, he was talking about sickness, and because a lot of stuff that he was talking about had to do with just the overall well-being and how it's being attacked, how people are being attacked or whatever, right? I'm writing it down. Hold on, y'all. And I said, well, if less people stress, the better. Stress is one of the #1 factors that take people into a tailspin of other things, right? Because he had brought up a lot of other stuff. And so he laughed and he was like, it's hard not to stress. I looked at him, I said, no, because you live in a stress-free life. It's not hard not to stress. You make a decision. You are bombarded by questions that need answers throughout the day. You have a decision to stress the fuck out, or just, breathe through the process and figure out what is your next move. How will you be, handling things moving forward? Is it something even worth stressing about? Like, for real. Trying to figure it out. All right, so we're starting with the air signs. We got air, earth, water, and fire. So we're going to go ahead and start. It won't even let me look at the live chat. Okay, there it is. All right. Hey, baby, come on in. Yes. All the time. All the time. Miss Renee Scott. All the time. We back, Avery's. Come on back in here. That's why it's important to listen and not be try not to be, because in this day and age, you really don't know. You got to check the temperature and make sure that you are not being played or being pulled into a situation that may not be of benefit to you or the other person, right? I blogged about the having different types of conversations and listening with intent and making sure that, what is the goal of this conversation, right? Because everything has an end game and people have an end game. So, figure it out. All right. So what do you have here for the air signs? Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Gemini had an interesting read. What do you have for the air signs? What do they need to focus on? Surrender, like I'm going to do when I get off here. All right. That's that release that comes through as well, but also not trying to push too much into what it is that you want the outcome to be. If you painted the picture, you visualize it, and you are calling it in as above, so below. You know how that go. All right. This has a floppy-eared dog. Now, usually I see this as Ganesh for some reason. But this has a floppy-eared dog, all right, with the long, I was about to say trout. But, what are those? Not Labradors. Not Labradors. But what I'm getting with this, this surrender card is that in order for you to, like, some of you may be in a space where you need help or you need, because it's a number 12. So this is about the individual. This is about how you stand, how you begin, how you start, how you create. Whatever it is to do with you and how you do what it is that you do is reliant mostly on you by design here in this card. And then the 1 moves into a 2, right? So that could be duality, but overall, it could also be, from what I'm picking up with this, because the 1 moves into a 2, creating a 3. And where 2 or more gather, hello. But with this surrender card, it's really, really important that you are focused, but don't be so extremely focused. See those eyes? Look like eyes to me. Don't be so extremely focused. Oh, that makes sense, don't it? Don't be so extremely focused on things that you want to get done and how you want to do certain things. If you're called to sit and chill, sit and chill, or pull back and focus on something else. And the way that looks to me is being hyper-focused with love right here in your face. So some of your senses are maybe picking up a lot of love energy, or asking that you move more into a space where you're more inviting of that love energy, because it's right here in this person's face. Something that you are doing is growing by love, and there may be some type of roadblock, some type of disconnect between the love that you have internally, or just overall energetically, right? It is so important to make sure that the heart chakra is flowing and growing and going, right? But there's something here. It's a minute disconnect. It's not a huge disconnect. But once you surrender the process, and then the divine, even more of the divine instruction that you need comes in, it's going to make more sense to you. Because there's a question mark at the top of this flower. Something that you need to hear. You may have to just... there's a different way of doing things, I'm hearing. There's a different way for you to do things, but I also feel as though your gaze may have become too set on one particular thing, one particular person, one particular situation. Your gaze has been set into it to the point where things are crossing, right? Things are crossing up. So that's why it's a need to surrender. This may even be deeply rooted. This may even be that there may be something here in the root chakra, in the rooted area, right? This could be with your legs. This could, let me look at the back. This could be your legs. This could be anything from the pelvis below, but let's see. Eliminatory and reproductive system, all right? Well, that one doesn't have all of it on there. So the legs, the bones of the lower region, but also because everything is so connected, some things can move. You know how sometimes you can have tennis elbow, bump your elbow somewhere and it radiates through your body to somewhere else. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Because it's all connected. So there is something here that you need to hear, not see. You're waiting for some type of results, but the results are right in your face. The beginning of the results are right in your face. Pay attention, people. All right? Starry-eyed, starry-eyed, something like that. What is this surrender card? The Three of Swords. Whatever it is that you know, okay. So the air signs may be in a space where they just feel like they can't take no more. They have their, they are so focused on whatever, the not going through the pain or the hurt, the anguish, or even just being played again. Whatever that means to you. You may be so focused on the Three of Swords, that issue, right? It's like you can't see the forest for the trees. It's actually something good that came out of it, right? So there's something that you need to hand over. It could be some type of attack, some type of, I don't know, maybe y'all been having headaches or something. Tightening. I don't know. Maybe you were crying because of something that you revisited or something that just recently happened. But with this Three of Swords, I really do feel as though there's a way for you to surrender, how to get out of this, whatever the feeling is. How to get out of it goes with surrendering it, handing it over, and allowing yourself to be worked with. Allowing yourself to be a part of the work, but in a way that is more allowing. Doing things in a space of gentleness, ease, and grace is going to be important. Because what I'm also getting with this Three of Swords, what happens in the dark always comes to the light. Always comes to the light. A city under pressure, a city under fog. You know what it's kind of like being in a community, and because it looks like a city in fog. It's like being in a community or in a space where a lot of people may not realize what is going on because they can't see, but you can see. And what they say, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, right? You can see, but it's like a lot of people may not be able to see what's coming towards them. They fogged out, they're cloudy, they're allowing their vision to be blurred. They want you not to be them people, okay? What is this Three of Swords for these folks, honey? Let me see. The Five of Wands. If you have been in a battle, it's just been a constant battle, okay? And this is like a challenge. Seven of Wands. Protect yourself. Defend yourself, but don't give in to another, okay? Know who you are, whose you are, why you are, where you are, and continue to move forward and wait for instruction, all right? The bridge of the nose. The bridge of the nose. The bridge of the nose. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to have to go and say I don't know. I ain't heard nothing right there. The bridge of the nose. All right. Maybe you knows where the nose goes behind closed doors. Okay, that's right. Strap on your armor. All right, with this Five of Wands, and there are 4 dark ships. Okay, so this is you standing in the midst of all of this, whatever this is that is going on around you. It's not going, as long as it's not going on within you. You will be able to continue to move forward because the sun is out on this shit. That means that it's in broad daylight. Like I said, a lot of people are under a lot of fog, but you see, and it's like people may not be able to see it. It's the equivalent of something happening in broad daylight. Because I'm still trying to figure out how people be hitting them banks in broad daylight. Bitch, you bold. And banks ain't open at night, so I'm trying to figure it out. You bold. But this has something to do with things clearing up, and a lot of things are being illuminated or revealed about what it is that you went through. This battle, Five of Wands is a battle. Five of Wands can easily be confrontation or argument about a third-party situation. Could be co-workers, whatever this is, because everything isn't about love and spouse, your relationships with just one person. Your relationships are across the board. Check each relationship and see what it is, how you can possibly grow. Here. There's a lot to be talked about, discussed, right? But you can't discuss it with just anybody. And with this yacht, I think this one is a yacht. I think the white ship is a yacht. The thing about it, let me show you something. This ship has 3 sails. These ships have 2 sails. You got a superpower that you need to unlock. You have more, you can get more wind beneath your wings when you surrender and let that shit be what it is. I'm just trying to figure it out. But that's like, yeah, judgment is coming. So the 10 of Wands is coming. So before this 5 can move up and down and through there, it's going to go from a 5 to a 10. All right? Because it's just time for it to be over with. Some of you may be in a space where you get that burning sensation in your forehead. Just know that that's a good thing, not a bad thing, okay? Because in this day and age, you got to be careful. Like, it used to be that you get the tingles in your crown, which means that you are getting, like, information, you know, they are near and you're wide open. Well, there's another approach to that. If you haven't already gotten those tingles before, it wouldn't be easy for you to distinguish between somebody trying to play in your crown and you actually getting information, you see. That's why I recommend that people go and get Reiki. Get at least that first initiation for those who are open to it. All right. What is this 35? The sun. All right. This is love. This is happiness. This is joy. This is the truth coming to the surface, the truth being seen and for what it is. Okay. With the sun card, this could be joy, happiness that you find. Remember, going back to that love energy trying to be blocked. Or maybe you are so focused on the wrong thing that you are blocking that love energy that you would need. Please. Don't let nobody put you in a space where you no longer love yourself. Don't let nobody put you in a space where you feel as though without them, there's nothing. Don't allow anyone to have so much power and control over you to the point where you are codependent on them and their energy. More than likely, if you are a giver, you may need a giver. If you are a giver, and it's you've been in situations where people that you are close to drain you, it will continue until you learn the lesson. It will continue until you create a boundary. Just thought I'd let you know. But this is that love energy coming in full force. Thank you, Kanote. What do you have here for the air signs? There are 2 things that are going to be revealed to you in the course of the next couple of days. 2 very important things are going to be revealed to you. You're going to connect it to something else that you learned that you thought that was all you needed to know. So that makes 4 things, all right? So you put those 2 with the 2 that you will learn, the 2 that you learned and the 2 that is coming to you now. You put them together and you will be able to flow and see things more clearly. Whatever this has to do with is all about the truth. If the truth was a person. Someone wants to converse with you maybe and possibly, yeah, because you're moving forward. Someone may want to converse with you here and you're going to realize that this person, the questions that you ask this person, they may not be well versed in answering, although they have a certain type of title. So be mindful of that. But this could also take you into a spiral of studying and learning, educating yourself or what have you. But overall, I feel like with this Page of Swords, there is some type of someone coming in with a conversation and you have a decision to make. Which direction do you go, right? What are you being swayed towards? That's why it's so important to keep a strong connection to your angels, ancestors, and guides of the highest order. Because you can't get tricked off your square right there. You can't think that, be maneuvered into a space where you think something is this, that, and the other, and it ain't even that, okay? So in order for, like, people always talking about getting out the matrix, do this, blah, 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 blah. When you begin to create your own environment, your own future self, your own stepping out of the box, because boxes are claustrophobic. When you begin to step on through, and that way, in your village, you know exactly where everything is in your village. You know exactly where you are going in your village. And like I told y'all before, sometimes if you get off track and some kind of way, when you test the spirit of what is communicating with you, okay, Kanote, when you test the spirit of what is communicating with you versus who you supposed to be talking to. You can always go back to your most recent writings, or your most recent on your calendar, in your laptop, whatever. You go back to the most recent space that you were in that's connected to where you are and where you are going, right? So that you won't, because does it connect? Is it so far left that it does not connect to what it is that you already have? It's very important. We live in a day and time where it's very important that you continue to look around, pay attention, okay? Because I've told y'all before about them false synchronicities. It's a lot of false synchronicities depending on the game that you are in, the game that is being played. And like I told them on in the cellar a moment ago for their homework, one of the things was that many of you who are in a space, hey baby, many of you who are in a space where you are talking to intergalactic beings and things and this and that and this, there's a lot of people who are not on bringing it out to the public, because I told y'all a couple of years ago that the revolution will not be televised, and it's for a reason. But if you are one of those people who actually have a target on your back, and you know you got a target and you ain't tripped out about it, make sure that you connect on a regular basis so you won't get tricked off your squared. All right. Next up on the MIC, Earth signs, get busy for the symphony. All right, what do you have here for these Earth signs? Unconditional love, Earth signs. Earth signs figuring it out. Master number 22. A 2 moving into a 2, creating a 4. So Earth signs may be connecting with someone at this time. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You may be connecting with someone or just connecting with a higher realm of beings, right? Which could also be a person, because that 22 is giving me that. Your duality, you good. You a 2 on your own. They're a 2 on their own. And what I'm getting from this is that it's so important that you remain grounded. I know y'all earth signs and whatnot, but grounded in the sense of not allowing yourself, because with that unconditional love, it can take you into up in the way, more into your spiritual energy, more into other realms, right? Because some of you may be having lucid dreams at this time, waking up a little tired, like you really went and did, like you were jogging in your sleep, right? Because you went and did a whole lot and you probably didn't get a whole lot of sleep, okay? And whatever you did, okay. So whatever it is that you may have done in your travels may have a lot to do with the, so here's the thing. Oftentimes when we go into a space, depending on where we go, and we go and do things, right? Because we do go to mystery schools. We do go in, it depends where you at with the game, okay? So we go off into this space that we do things. And oftentimes people go into these spaces and do things, right? Whether they remember them or not. And it has a lot to do with some of the energy that you have in your physical body. The spirit goes and does a lot of things, but it also is still connected, right? And so what happens is you go and do so much in your sleep that when you wake, you don't have a whole lot that you have to do. And that's mostly with powerful manifestors. They don't have a whole lot that they have to do when they work or when they do certain things on a regular basis. They have to, they have to stick to certain rules and regulations of the natural laws. But they don't have to work as hard as other people because their purpose isn't designed for them to have to do that, right? Their life path isn't designed for them to have to do certain things in certain types of ways. That's why ain't no sense of being jealous or nothing. That's why I don't be understanding about jealousy. People be wanting what other folks got and they don't want to do the work. Whatever these people that I'm talking to do when they go off into that realm, a lot of people wouldn't be able to do going off into that realm, okay? A lot of people are not designed in that way because they may be in a space where they are more into, the third dimension than being balanced. And I think that whoever these earth signs are that I'm talking to, they are very balanced. They know what they want, they go for it, but they don't have to do it in the way that they used to, if at all, okay? Some of the earth signs are opening up new ministries or something like that. I don't know why I get church with this. But some of the earth signs are opening up some type of charities or some buildings or something that has to do with some type of education, some type of, it's kind of like church. I don't know, y'all. Hold your horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. The number 7. I ain't even start clarifying yet. Let me see. There may even be something here with the texture of like the velvet texture, velour texture, something like that. These earth signs also have some very powerful hands. Okay, so we all have a lot of different chakras in our all little chakras in all of these little joints. But for some reason, whoever these people are, they either are about to, or they are realizing, or they've already been through where there's some type of strengthening of their ability to feel. They feelers are different. Their healing abilities is different. Their ability to, this is also, what is it called? Kinetic or whatever. I forget what it's called, where you, I don't know. I think these earth signs, okay, so that's not what it is. What it is that these earth signs are about to be able to, if not already, move things like that. But there's something with the way that they are connecting even stronger. Something that they relieve themselves of some time ago is opening up to this. So it's like these small chakras in their hands have something to do with it. And remember, there is so much. That's another reason why, because some people can actually get information through different parts of their body. And that's the reason why I would never say that there's only one way. This is the only way to do this. This is because you just be knowing better. Like, it's not just no one way, because so many different people, their gifts are different, right? Something that needs to be released that was held on since childhood, and it may have to do with in relation to you and about 3 family members or something like that needs to be released here. There's a block. You got to let this go. Have compassion with these people. Maybe somebody was bullied for being short and chubby or something like that. But what I'm seeing is four of these. So you and then 3 others. What is this unconditional love for the earth signs? I know you lying. That 3 of swords came back out. But whatever happened when you were a child may have been painful and you repressed it. But in order for you to open up more and become stronger, you need to let that shit go. Because also when we continue to heal, it helps us to at least be able to relate to the healing process. And when people go through certain things, because a lot of times people will heal but still not have empathy, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Or sympathy. I don't know. What is this unconditional love? The King of Wands. Maybe it's a father figure, but overall, it's a Queen of Swords in the reverse and the 7 of Cups. So there's someone, okay, so maybe some of you were in a space where your passion, your desire to be a leader, your desire to be a healer, your desire to be who you came here to be, someone may have tried to cause you some type of lied, said some disgraceful things. Very bitter person, okay? This bitter person is in their feelings a lot. I'm talking about their emotions all over the place. And it's like, maybe that's something that some of the earth signs have to heal from. Maybe there was someone in your life, one of the people that were in your life when you were younger, was someone, and the 7 of Cups is, the molding stage of children, right? The foundation of us is in that 7. So whoever this is may have been verbally abusive or emotionally abusive. This is the Queen of Swords in reverse and the 7 of Cups. Some type of illusion about what this person did or said, but I'm going to clarify it. Hold on. What is this 7 of Cups and this Queen of Swords in the reverse? Very bitter. The way that they communicated with you, the way that they told you that you couldn't be who you came to be, but you were in a space where you were, by design that you would be this King of Wands in the upright. Very passionate, very caring. Here, passion driven, right? Just a lot of fire. Maybe some of y'all got a lot of fire in y'all chart. But with this 8 of Wands, I feel like you're going to communicate with this person. There's some type of breakthrough with this person. 5 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. This, whatever you are unlocking, has a lot to do with your ability to even be in a space where you can celebrate and also be celebrated. With this 5 of Cups and this 3 of Cups, it may have been that some of you, by the time you were 35, you realize this. 53, whatever this is, right? This Queen of Swords in the reverse may be 78. Yeah. Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. It's like you finally get that victory. You finally realize what love is on a whole other level. Sometimes you got to find it within yourself before you can even look for it outside of nobody, right? But we come to a space where we realize this on a whole other level the older that we get. So what I'm getting here is that whatever this has to do with this person, maybe someone tried to tell you what you're supposed to do, what a relationship looks like. Look at these ships. 1, 2, 3, 4. You thinking the way that these other ones think, and then realizing what it is that needs to be done when it comes to your close relationships. Look at this behind it. The Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Devil. Now you are realizing, right? Look at this, full circle. Seven of Swords in the reverse. So let's just read these because I don't even know if Kanoke said something. All right. So what I'm seeing is that everything that you were told about certain things, it was a lie. There may be some things when it comes to just love overall, or being in the space of what is this emotion and how do I control it? How do I get more of it in a healthy way? Somebody lied. And it's like you're not putting up with that anymore with that Seven of Swords in reverse. It's like, no, you're not just going to come and tell me anything. You cut off communication with somebody. With that Five of Swords and that Five of Cups, it's just really in a space of somebody's intentions were really, really bad. And maybe you realize now it's the equivalent of when you come to a space where you realize that it's like when you come to a space where you realize exactly how you were programmed to think a certain way when it comes to maybe certain types of people, certain places that you go, whatever this is, clothes you wear, whatever this is, somebody's in regret. And with Bad Body and Friends right here, things are coming full circle. So I feel as though maybe there's some type of realization when you take a retreat or a vacation. But overall, it's like this Five of Swords and this Five of Cups is all about a cycle. It was a never-ending cycle. It never changed. It never got to the space where this could even be some type of generational thing that you are breaking. You just come to this space where like, I don't have time for this. And you realize, because with those fives, they just kept cycling out. Every time you tried to change, the devil pulled you back in. Every time you tried to think different, pull you back to the beginning. Every time you feel something different and you're ready for whatever and you haven't felt that way out in a long time, it pulls you back again, right? You getting up out that shit. We're Kanoke. Okay, Kanoke. You getting up out of it. So let's pull some more cards and see if we get a different scenario. But it's 3 people, so that's one of the people. Influenced by Bad Bill and Friends, okay? Queen of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Cups. Illusion, delusion. And what I really feel, oh yeah. It's just so much stuff out here to try to make people lose it. I'm just saying. From the food, from the air. Because, I don't know why I was picking up maybe a mental issue with that Queen of Swords in the reverse. And now that they are kind of lucid, maybe, a lot of stuff is coming out because they can't control they can't control everybody that they were controlling at that time. It's the equivalent of you don't hear none of the family secrets until somebody roll up out here. Now somebody want to tell everything. Why you didn't say nothing when they was up? Girl, boy. All right. What is this unconditional love? Yes, technology, Kanoke. What is this unconditional love for the earth signs? 8 of Wands. Communication coming through, a breakthrough. All right? It's like you're coming out of this stuck, stagnant, complacent energy or whatever this is. You're coming out of it and you're coming out on top. Okay? You're coming out on top, which makes a lot of sense when it comes to you flourishing. Something about you flourishing. You're opening up more. You're ready to experience certain things even more so. It's kind of like bucket list type shit, but you're doing it a little possibly earlier. I don't know. Earlier than anticipated, right? This 8 of Wands, again, has to do with travel, relocation, or what have you. You may be closed off to certain things. Someone may be approaching you or coming towards you here that wants to, invite you out, have a conversation with you, something that has to do, just make sure that you don't leave a drink with nobody. But make sure that with that Knight of Cups and that 4 of Pentacles that you are in a space where you have healthy boundaries, but also, try not to be too closed off, right? Too much in your head. Too worried about what to wear. Okay, something like that. It's something about being closed off. Six of Swords. Mental clarity is coming through as well. So whatever it is that you've been, thinking about, probably been in a space where, you feel like you should have said something to somebody. You should have got their ass back. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because you just passed a test, a huge test in your life. So why even? And it's like some of you may have gotten so far away from this lighthouse that you almost, you know what I mean? You may have gotten so far away from the lighthouse, it's back here, that you couldn't see the way. But the way was shown in a different type of way. Like I said, everybody's gifts are different. Went from the Eight of Swords to the Six of Swords. It's like limitations placed on you by other people, 2 or 3 other people. Darkness, shadow work. 6 of Cups and the Eight of Swords. It started when you were young. That's just what that is. It started when you were young. Shit, it could started when you were in the womb, because we did have a conversation about that too at the park today, okay? I was like, we were talking about some stuff about how people out here saying that certain stuff that's wrong with you if you suck your thumb. And it's like oral fixation can start in the womb. It can start in the womb. From breastfeeding, after the womb, breastfeeding. It can start from pacifiers. All right. What do you have here for these earth signs? 9 of Cups. The Ace of Swords. You may be in a space where you feel as though you want the truth. Some of you have been praying for the truth, want the truth, pulling a lot of love energy, a lot of your beautiful emotions and intentions, and taking action. But with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, you're not quite sure. Okay, Kanok. With the Ace of Swords in the reverse, you may be unclear about certain things. All you got to do is ask for divine guidance so that truth can come through, that mental clarity can come through. Because there's something that you want, but you're unclear about if it is attainable possibly. Or you may be needing to have some type of conversation, or you may just feel blocked. All right? Ooh, y'all know what I forgot? Can't do it now. Oh, well. Can't do it now. I'll do it on the community tab. All right, so let's get into these water signs. What information do you have for these beautiful people, for these water signs, please? Breath. A number 30. I like it. So this is a number 30. All right, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. Okay, so there may be some things that you have to get rid of here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. See that? Outline. Something outlining you. Outlining you. So this could be residual energy from something that you just recently went through. And it's like just thorns. Just small little thorns, right? You just got to pick them out one by one. Clear your energy. Very important. Clear your energy. All right? Ivory plants. Tulips. What is that, a daisy? All right. So what I'm getting with this is some of the water signs may be holding off on pregnancy, getting pregnant, thinking about a baby at all. Here, holding back. But they may be dealing with someone who wants to have a baby. All right. There may even be in a space where they are dealing with an issue where they cannot communicate certain things with this person. Maybe this person comes at them sideways. They may even be in a space where they are trying to get their point across, and they've tried twice already to get their point across, and it's just not working. I feel like there may be someone in close proximity to you that is literally dumping. I don't know if they bleeding on you as far as emotional dumping. I don't know if this has anything to do with maybe this person comes off as very intellectual, very straightforward. They may come off as very I think, you know what, the way that it's looking, This person doesn't like to bend. They don't like to bend, or they don't like to like be accountable if it makes them feel look like a fool, or sometimes they feel foolish about things that don't make no sense. Whoever this person is. But somebody hiding a baby. Somebody is hiding a baby. Or a hemorrhoid. This may be a baby or a hemorrhoid. Somebody may be hiding if they got hemorrhoids. Like, just go get the laser treatment if it's real bad, whatever this is. Maybe that's why they don't want to discuss certain things. And look up the spiritual meaning of hemorrhoids. It'll make sense on why the person is acting the way that they are acting. Especially if you really know them. What is this breath? What do you have here for my beautiful water signs with this breath? The King of Wands came out again. The King of Wands like coming out, don't it? But this may be someone domineering. On the surface, they 10 of Wands. They overbearing. Whoever this is overbearing. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, or it doesn't have to be a man. But this energy is very overpowering, very demanding. They way or no way, right? I'm used to doing things and get things done like this and blah, 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 blah. Right? Like I said, they don't like to bend. Whoever this is. This person may be someone who, for some reason, when you go to their house, the lower part of their door is clean. The upper part of the door is dirty. You see what I mean? Just like when you go to somebody's house and if they have a lot of spider webs and all kind of stuff, you know, that tells you certain things, right? It can tell you that, you know, it's a lot going on in her or a lot being sent her, okay? So it's like pay attention, but also that can be looked at as protection as well. It depends on the situation and you have to really, you know, read the room. All right? This person may even live in the dark. Whoever this person is, their home is dark. Maybe they have a black door, but their home is very dark, okay? Very dark. And that, you know, that's like, don't no sunlight come up in there. Or when you go there, you just immediately feel like your cup has been depleted. That kind of thing, okay? Ooh. 5 of Cups. This person is full of sadness. They may not even reveal their emotions a lot. This may be someone that's unapologetic, but it's a lie. The Death card and the 7 of Cups. Oh, watch out for Fanny. All right, the Death card and the 7 of Cups. This is someone unwilling to, and Bad Bill came out behind it. Hold on. You are the Queen of Cups. Okay, so here's the 7 of Cups. Bad Bill is at the bottom. This is the 7 of Cups. This is that healing energy. All right. So, whoever this is that you are dealing with, let me get your side of the story real quick. Whoever this is that you are dealing with, unapologetic. They have a lot of pain and hurt that has been in them for a long time. It may have been around the time someone passed or something like that. This person is unapologetic. They don't bend, especially when it comes to whatever it is that you are discussing with them. They keep trying to quiet you. They keep trying to cover your mouth, stop you from talking. If you're in an abusive relationship, get the fuck out. I know that's not easily said or done, but it's time to take action. All right? Don't make no excuse for nobody that's abusing you. Like, what the fuck? Don't ever. Ain't no excuse for nobody abusing you. Yeah, they went through stuff, okay? They need to go talk to a therapist. But this person is unwilling to transform, but transformation is coming, and that's how it is. It's going to hit them like a brick. Something is happening here that's going to really put them in a space of not knowing who they are, where they are, and why they are. So just expect for them to come to you with some other type of energy, but don't be an enabler. As light workers, it is important that we do not enable people, especially people this close to you. Drain your ass dry. Let me see. I could be lying. What do you have here for the water signs? 10 of Pentacles. Balance. Prosperity. 5 of Wands. Maybe this person is arguing with you over money, trying to... This is like when someone tries to belittle you, right? Don't do that. Don't put up with that. You need to know that you are who you are. But this could be relocating, getting a new house, or what have you. Look, you are independent. Nine of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. I'm telling y'all, most of this year has been like that, though. We are not in the season. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. We are not in the season, and today ain't looking good. Tomorrow ain't looking no better. We are not in the season of allowing ourselves to be energetically interfered with to the point where we lose everything. No. Whoever this is, they got it coming. Well, it's being called. This organization, whatever this is, this job, this company that this person works for, 7 of Swords. You got reignited passion. You got new creative energy. You got something coming through that this is delayed but not denied. All right. You are in a space of, things working out for you. You're working on a whole lot of other things, right? Stay protected. Stay on defense. All right. And always understand offense. Okay. You got to know defense and offense, bitch, if you're going to run the game, if you're going to play the game. Okay. You are the Queen of Wands in your own right. Be confident and do what it is that you need to do. Sometimes you got to show a person exactly where they got you fucked up and stick to that. Don't cower from where somebody got you fucked up, because then they just gonna come in and try to do some shit again. Whoever this is, a lie is being revealed here. Manipulation. All right. This person may have some type of mental thing going on with that 7 of Swords, because anybody who tries to do some of the stuff that this person has done to you gotta have some type of mental issue. You got balance coming into your life. Just be patient. Be patient. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Canuck, where we at? We must have a little more time. All right, let's get another story real quick. She ain't say nothing. Let's get another story real quick. All right, what is this breath? Because y'all got a new beginning coming in. The 3 moving into a 0. If this person was had you in a third-party situation, or had you in a space where you played second fiddle to somebody that wasn't even important, or you played second, you had more to offer than what it is that they were putting ahead of you, in front of you. You got a new beginning coming. You moving into this 0 energy. 10 of Wands again. You're going to feel so good after this. The King of Cups and the 10 of Wands. And it may even be that this person weakened your King of Cups within, right? Your Divine Masculine within, right? Telling you, belittling you about how you work and how you do this, and you too manly and blah, blah, blah. And weakened your effeminated your inner man. Divine Masculine energy, your protector. And you got to look at it. When it comes to your Divine Masculine within, you look at the relationship that you had, right? How you move, right? How is it connected to the father's side? Or does it connect mostly to the mother's side and the men from the mother's side? And see what it is that you, and I know that it's not all of the energy sense of it within has more to do with a whole lot of other stuff, but this is going, this is the best way that I can explain it, because it connects, right? And I've talked about it before, but when you look at the men growing up that you admired, the men that were also role models to you, whether you're a man or a woman, and you go back and you think about what was told to you, the information that governed you very early on when it came to certain types of people, right? How did they deal with these types of people? Because this isn't your first time seeing this type of person with this type of entity or issue, okay? This ain't your first rodeo. You done seen this before, all right? What do you have here for these? Okay, Kano, what do you have here for these water signs, please? The world, Craig. I told you about a new beginning. Some of y'all are in a space where you see things so clearly, ain't no way you can go back to the way that you used to see things. So your approach to this person may be different. The way that you, when you are around them, like you may have felt some type of disconnect with this person, whether it's a family friend, or, your little friend, okay? Your relationship, your partner. Because I did see 2 other people or 2 other ways. Maybe there's 2 other plays. But when it comes to this world card, I feel as though you're seeing things very, very clearly. This cycle has been completed now. Who are you in the space when you deal with them moving forward? You may have been nagging and asking this person to do all types of things. You may have been in a space where you lowered your standards for this person. You may be in a space where you were unsure if this person was even equipped to do something when it comes to your partnership, right? Because they keep putting it off. They keep acting like it's not important, right? Whatever it is. But it's like you going on the World Wide Web and figuring something out, okay? It's more than a spa day, baby. It's a way of life. The Queen of Pentacles. You're more focused on nurturing what it is that you have and who is around you, your children. Maybe you are even in a space where this person kept you from taking a job overseas. This person kept you from taking a job that was out of town somewhere, something like that. Whatever it is that they tried to stop you from doing, being, or becoming, you're moving more into that now. The heavens have opened. The doors of the church are open. You were only seeing things from a bird's eye, no, you weren't seeing things from a bird's eye view. Now you are. You've been elevated. I get that from this. See that? Now you see things from a different perspective. You see it from higher up, right? There's something with your ascension that has taken place, and it's like ain't no going back. Your awareness of the situation and what all, like, you know, it's the equivalent of when people go through things and, in a fucked up relationship, and you don't realize how fucked up it is till you get to the end of it. Like, I really was fucking with that trash can dumpster juice shit. You know what I mean? Not necessarily calling the person trash can dumpster juice. It was the whole situation. And you actually were a player in the game. You put your quad in. 2 players. All right? You couldn't figure out no cheat codes. But now, the position that you in now, you realize how it go now. So it's like if somebody come at you with that same type of energy, bitch, you got cheat codes. I stopped playing games when y'all got y'all little controller with the right, left. I stopped playing those games around that time when that changed up. But you got the cheat codes now. And so now you're using it to your benefit. You see? You're using it in a way to your benefit to continue to build. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. You can't go through what you've been through as long as you grow through it. Now, if you don't do the work in order for you to not be the person that was even playing in that game, playing in that arena, okay? You were playing arena football. Now you ready to go outside and play on some real live turf. Some real live that with different tennis shoes. Because arena football and football played in a real football field, football stadium requires different types of shoes. So now you got on some new shoes. You are being handed a new pair of shoes because where you are going in the direction that you are going, you can't wear them same shoes because you're not going through that same shit. You ain't going through it no more. You learned your lesson right there. Give me another story for these folks, because what's going on with these water signs, honey? Boop, boop, boop. Breath. Breathe through the tower. A shake-up. A revelation. Breathe through the tower. Breathe through it. Because I feel like whatever is happening, like it's the equivalent of what's your go-to? You learn. If you have a grease fire, you don't pour water on the grease fire, right? It looks like water is coming up at the top of this towel, all right? You're going to know how to deal with any hardships or any situations that come up, or you may be in this space where you have to breathe through the process in order for you to see what it is that you need to do in the space that you are in when this towel hit. Okay, no, one more card. Look at this, 5 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Somebody may want to argue about this connection, argue about this commitment, argue about whatever this is. Double-minded. If the 5 of Swords is coming towards you, somebody double-minded. They really don't know what they want, but they're trying to say that they want this commitment. They want this connection. They want to be in this situation with you, but you at this. 10 of Wands. Maybe you letting this person know that, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Yeah, because you focused on what you are focused on. You got plans and you sticking to them at this time. So that is the water signs. All right. Let's get into the fire signs. I feel like when I used to break out, I used to get a pimple right here. I feel like I'm gonna get a pimple right there. What do you have for the fire signs? Y'all got unconditional love. Go listen to the earth signs. What do you have for the fire signs? Might want to listen to the air signs too. Fire signs, root chakra. Make it make sense. All right, all right, all right. Some of you are connected to a different culture here. There may even be a sense of you need to slow down. Okay. And foot heavy. Foot heavy. All right. But some of the fire signs may be in a space where that's water energy. Maybe you have strong water placements. Somebody's sitting on their emotions. Sitting on their emotions, trying to get out of the way. Okay, so no road rage. No driving in taxi. No, I recommend racing to get out of a situation. Racing to the front. There's something here about being saying that you are ready, but not being able to get out of something. You need to ask that the doors are open. You need to ask that, the plank is removed from your eye. You need to, whatever it is, you need to ask that you see clearly. All right? Something about being in a hurry. Something about being in a hurry and no need to hurry. Stay rooted in what it is that you came to do, because y'all are just healing from some stuff. Y'all are at the beginning stages of healing from something. Look at that. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. All right. Some of you may be in a space where you are receiving some type of exciting news, some type of message. This may be solar plexus popping and taking you back to a space you feel like when you were in high school. Like I said, y'all healed something that needed to be healed. You got something extracted that needed to be extracted. And now you are in this space where you are sitting with the golden ticket, but you just can't go out here with everybody. Doing any and everything. That's two awards. So maybe you got 2 Emmys, you got 2 Grammys, you got 2 Oscars. Figure out what it is that the award is. Whatever it is that you call it. All right. Something is highlighted here. I see an orb in one of these things that you may be revisiting something. Okay, so you're feeling brand new, right? For the girls, y'all doing the splits again, like a cheerleader. Okay, you ain't did the splits in a long time. But you took charge of whatever it is that you got going on. And with this transformation that's happening or has happened, now you have become an emperor. But the thing that I'm seeing with this 6 of Cups real quick, it's orbs, lots of orbs. But the orbs, there's some clearing, something that you have that is connected to your past. It may keep coming to your mind. You may keep seeing it, but not paying it no attention. Something may be needing your attention that is connected to your past that you need to revisit real quick. Excuse me, y'all. It's an angel behind it. Maybe it's an ancestor that is not stuck in a messed up space. Something is really like right here in your face. Balance. Emotional balance. But this could also be just a lot of memories from when you were younger. But of course, you may be getting a message from someone from your past. I mean, that's evident, right? A hot, spicy message, okay? And maybe that's why you're driving so fast. I'm trying to figure it out. Now, we did talk about it some time ago, because I still, even though I don't partake in a number of things, I still be understanding, okay? So whoever this is, especially if it is a man, you need to go ahead and get that first one out the way before you get to driving, and stop acting like you ain't had nothing in thousands and thousands of years. Okay? Get it out the way, okay? Because like I said, somebody is on their way, okay? Somebody is moving really, really fast, doing the most, okay? King of Swords and the 8 of Wands. So somebody is communicating with you here, but with that 8 of Wands, it may be someone who talks to you about how rational you need to be. So more than likely, a lot of the fire signs are acting like Aries. Had a very interesting read with Aries the other day. But with that Aryan energy, that Emperor energy, which anyone can embody if they do the work, in order for you to have, the only way that you're going to have victory in a certain situation is if you let the past be in the past. Whatever this is the last thing smoking. This is the last little piece. It's the last little bit that is coming up and through here to show you something. It's the equivalent of coming home in your house, everything look the way that it looks, and all of a sudden the blinds are closed, but something in your home, it can be a book, it can be anything, all of a sudden it's just standing out more than anything, and you go over to it and you realize why it's standing out more than anything. Something that stands out more than anything else, even in the 8 of Cups, is up in the air. It's in the air. In order for you to really be victorious in this situation and complete your transformation, something has to be released. In order to welcome in something new anyway, things have to be released, right? the high priestess in the world. Coming full circle with you being in tune with, some of you may be deciding to expand your, like many of you may have a lot of esoteric knowledge. You may be into a number of things that have to do with esoteric stuff. Okay. And you've been waiting for the right opportunity, the right time, or whatever this is. That's why you couldn't rush into it. That's why you needed that door to be open. That's why you needed clarity before you could hop out of a birthday cake. Do people still do that? I always wanted to do that. Throw a surprise party for somebody and hop out the birthday cake. Oh man, I was sexy back in my day. Sexy child. Now I hop out of cake. They're gonna be like, okay, did she hop out the cake, or is that still the cake? Bitch. All right. So there's something going on the world stage. So many of you may be in a space where you realize here that you need it had to happen. You are happy that you went through what you went through, and you're excited about the future, but you kind of tripped up a little bit. You almost jumped off the precipice when it wasn't time. You almost took a leap of faith when it wasn't time. The Lovers and the Ten of Wands. Maybe it's family, friends, or a relationship that you were in. It's just like now you know what to say yes and no to. Now you are in a space of being on the path, and all roads lead to the same thing. So whatever you do is going to connect. Let me get the Lovers back out, because the Lovers had two roads that led into one path. So if you were to put the Lovers here, the Lovers are meeting, right? And journeying together on this High Priestess journey. All right. I thought Kanoke said something. What you got? I was about to say, what you got for Kanoke? All right, hold on, y'all. But you got victory. Victory is assured. A reason to celebrate. It's a celebrate, right? Look at that victory lap. There's something here that once it's released, once it's let go, once you allow it to just sail off, okay? Because you're a lighthouse, so you can just watch the shit sail off, okay? But once you watch it sail, right? Now you're going to see even more clearly who is for you, who is not. What is for you, what is not. That's what the Six of Wands is about. Because when you have that victory, that reward, that accomplishment, that, you know what I'm saying, you move to the other side of the Five of Wands. You were battling yourself. You were battling people. You were battling this, that, and the other. You move into that space where it's smooth sailing. Things are balanced out. You feel good. Everything is happening. And it's happening in accordance with divine law. Now you are able to see who it's the equivalent of when you have some good news to share with somebody. What is their response? What is their body language? How quick do they get out of that conversation or that energy, right? Because, you know, and we don't worry about everybody being happy for us, because at the end of the day, you just need to know for sure what's up. What it is, ho? Or what's up? Can I just keep in touch? What is this going on with these fire signs? Because fire signs always got something going on. The Star. What you hope for is coming. What you wish for is coming. This may be delayed. Something was delayed again, but not denied. With that Star card, this is you being an inspiration and being inspired. There may be something here that happened at the house. At the house. If you begin to feel uncomfortable at your house, there's a lot of memories, a lot of stuff. Move shit around. Paint that motherfucker. Do something. All right? Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands, right? Somebody is fearful of your stability, or you are fearful of what stability looks like to you, or maybe you are reliving some things that no longer serve you. It may just be some energetic interference that you got to get rid yourself of. And it's important to do certain things on a regular basis. Like I was telling that man at the park, sometimes people get so caught up in the exterior, they forget about the interior. They forget about the interior, the spiritual side of things that really help things move. So, of course, wands are very spiritual, but overall, this passion, this desire, some of you are fearful of what is your next move. Now that you've gotten to this space where you got your wish, right? You got your own healing facility. You got something that you really are. This could be an owner, or this could be, you know, something happened to someone and you were rewarded because of something that happened to someone, or however that works out. Could be inheritance. All right, let me see. What is this Four of Wands and this Nine of Wands? In the past, right? You may have went through so much and something didn't seem attainable. You may have been in a space where it just seemed like every road, everything was blocked. Again, with that root chakra energy, everything was blocked, because that looked like a dam to me. But it's like, it looks like a dam, but with this Four of Wands, you got that balance, so I be goddamn, okay? And always remember these highlights in your life, right? So that you can always pinpoint and go back to certain parts of your life that will encourage you to move forward when you hit another roadblock. All right? Knox said something. Okay. But with this Nine of Wands and this Four of Wands, someone doesn't want to return to their family's home, possibly. Maybe they have bad memories about some type of structure, but that's okay. Balance is on its way. Managing the give and take in situations is very important. Tithing, okay? And of course, you know, tithing can be you doing charitable work, you know, I guess that conversation I had with that man today, that was charity, that was tithing. But it's like giving back, but also being given to, balancing the give and receive in your life. But also with that star card, see this? This is what you wish for. This is what you hope for. Something is a dream come true. And I'm trying to figure it out, bitch. Why you trying to wake up from a dream come true? You ain't got to be in a hurry. I ain't going to be in no hurry. A dream come true, I wouldn't be in a hurry to get out of that space where it's just like, bitch. Because every time, every level, that's where you get to that space of gratitude and with so much emotion. So when you move into this space where a dream comes true and you just, this is just unbelievable. You ain't told nobody, you can't tell nobody. You're in a space where this shit is real. Bitch, is real, right? Remember to use that energy with intent. Gather it all up. Enjoy yourself, but gather it all up. Gather all of that emotion into a ball so that you can use it for your next manifestation. You ain't got to be in a hurry. You don't have to be in a hurry to utilize it. But if you can, already have your next go-to, and so that you will be able to stay in this energy and enjoy it, but also begin to set other plans into place while you are in this, like, because you have to remember, we live in cycles and rhythms. So certain things come in, right? Eventually, you know, we have all this heightened energy, this creative energy, all these things, right? A good writer will tell you that, you know, when you are in your writing mojo, stay in your writing mojo as long as you can. Get it all out as long as you can, because that writer's block ain't no punk, okay? That writer's block, that's a term we use down here. Don't take it personal or whatever. But that writer's block ain't no bullshit. It ain't nothing to be played with. When you are in your writing space, write. When you are in this beautiful space of having all these emotions, not knowing what's real, what's not, can't believe this shit happened, right? Use that energy collectively to put into your next big thing, right? So that's why you already have a list of things that you are working on, a list of things that you can possibly feed into, one at a time. That's why we don't focus on too much at one time, because things usually connect. So we go ahead and use that beautiful energy while we can. And some of you may be in a space where it's too good to be true, and it's like, nah, this got to be a trick. No, but it look like if you get some money, you about to be a trick if you don't calm down. Don't piss me off, fire signs. I was doing good. All right. You have blossomed into something so beautiful. This is so pure, right? As pure as it can be, okay? I ain't saying fire signs is virgins. Okay? But I'm just saying, you're very pure. Because I don't see a lot of dark energy around you at all. All right? But I also feel as though, like, that confidence that you have when you walk, that confidence that you have when you do certain things. Some of y'all may be hoopers or something like that. Do a lot of shooting around. Okay, thank you, Kano. Do a lot of shooting around, doing a little 1, 2, and 1. With that energy that you have, you also want to keep that going as well. All right. There's something about that, the way that you walk or the way that you carry yourself, that is very important here. Don't overextend. Try not to overextend yourself. So this is like you always reaching out to help a whole lot of people. With that reciprocity that's coming in, it's going to be important that you relax and allow yourself to be helped. Relax and allow yourself to be served. I don't know, kind of freak shit. But allow yourself, you know, chill out. Stop trying to, you know, do all this, that, and the other. Delegate. Some of you may be in a space where you are realizing That burden that was on your shoulders so long, it wasn't all for nothing, but it's gone now. I'm telling you, it's gone now. All right, I'm gonna go. Can I see it? I gotta go. There it is. 10 of Cups. 5 signs. Falling in love. Y'all about to be in the most beautiful space that you could have imagined. If it's too good to be true, ho, let it be too good to be true for a long time. Okay. You're welcome. 10 of Cups. This is a happy family. This is just that love energy. This is beyond wish fulfillment. It's just like everywhere you go, everything that you do, it's just beautiful. All right. Some of you are in a space where you're just living an avatar life. What's wrong with that? Trying to figure it out. What is wrong with living an avatarish life? Okay? What is wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing. There is absolutely, positively nothing wrong with living an avatarish life. You deserve this. You went through a lot for this, okay? You went through a lot to be where you are. You went through a lot to get where you're going. You went through a lot. You shed a lot of heavy energies. Some of y'all shed pounds to get where you are, okay? Somebody doing a marathon or something like that. Whatever it is. All right? Shit. Live your life and do it right. I had one more thing to tell y'all, and I forgot. It came up while I was reading, and I was like, I'll talk about it at the end. But I forgot, so I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you, Kano. Thank you. If Ali, I don't know if Ali came back, but thank you, Ali. Oh, yeah, Susu on here talking about they love being in love. Them Aries, I don't know. I think it was somebody had a read in the Indie Reads where it was they were dealing with an Aries. Okay, and I told them, I said, an Aries gonna ask your ass 1 or 2 times to marry them, and that's gonna be it. Because when they be feeling something, they just go for it. They don't second guess it. This is mine, and I'm making it mine, and it's gonna be us forever. Okay, now how long that forever is, I don't know, because them motherfuckers do a little quick little 1-2. You never know. Okay, so you just have to. It's gonna be a wild ride. Aries like a wild bull, stir or something. It can be a joy. It can be fun. Okay, you're going to be protected and taken care of if they are in the higher space. Because unevolved Aries, I don't know what they be having going on. But they be fun too. Okay, from my research. I did some research. Okay. Canuck will have the timestamps available in a few. And please... drop purple hearts in the comments after the video. I would really, really appreciate it. Make sure that you like the video. I'd appreciate that as well. All right. I was trying my best to keep talking to y'all till I could figure out what I wanted to tell y'all. Because every time I go outside, there's some shit be going on. You hear me? I forgot what I wanted to tell y'all. I don't like that it left. I should have just went ahead. Because I usually break out in whatever I'm going to talk about in the middle of a read. But since these reads were timed, I was like, I'm going to wait till the end. Damn. Guess I'll tell y'all tomorrow for the weekend reads. All right. Love y'all too. I'll talk to y'all later.